Hiya folk, I'm coming on. I did originally video this in sections, but for some reason my audio decided that it wasn't going to switch on. So it was all filmed with Charlie Chaplin style, which is no use because I'm mostly explaining as I went along. So I have deleted all of them and I'm just going to need to talk you through how I got what I got. So I'll just tell myself a wee bit, just so you can see it properly. And I'll do it like that now. How I achieved this was originally one of these mini albums. Now I already took the rings off of it and used them for my appliques, so that I can hang them up and they're near me, and it just makes it easier for me. So I was left with these boards which I was going to use as tags. Now the sizes of them are 20 by 12 and a half. So they're a good size. What I originally done was gave it a layer of gesso. Then I left it to dry. And I'll just turn this over. I did napkin, which is actually very yellow in colour. I'll just see if I've got a scrap of it here. I have. It's actually very yellow in colour, as you'll see. It is quite a vintage colour already, but it was just too yellow, so I went over it. Around the edges I sanded it and just went over it with white acrylic paint. The whitewash was a very, very light amount of paint. It was maybe one or two spots with water, and it was just to cover the yellow, and then I just rubbed it in gently with my hands to make sure that it went where we wanted it to. And then I smoothed over it with a bit of sanding block, just to make sure that although there are creases on it, as you'll see there, it is quite creased looking. It's very smooth. There's not a thing bumped on it. On both sides, as you'll see in the background. This side I whitewashed a little bit heavier, just so that the background was in the background. Now, on the back, I will most likely add a ribbon or a bit of lace so that I can put a tag in it. Not decided on it yet, because even if I want to get 10 ones, a funny thing to keep them, because I absolutely love it. I'll just position it there so you can see it in full. Then what I've done is actually made this trim. Now I used a cut approximately, then that was 12, so that would have been 36 centimetres of tulle, which is on a 6-inch spool. So what I then done was I folded it over in third, and then I halved it. So I had 6 layers of 12 centimetres. I then tack stitched the top of it to put it together. I then used this lace here, which is quite loopy and dangly, and I just tack stitched that to the tulle. I then done it again with this tassel trim. Then I, just with wet glue, put on an Nottingham gathered lace, and then finally this top layer of lace. I'm just trying to zoom in so you can see the layers. So 6 layers of gel, just not an expensive chiffon or anything like that, it's just tulle. I then put on a layer of that lace there that's shown. Then I put on the loop trim, then the non lace, and then finally this top layer, which is absolutely gorgeous and I love it. I'm going to try and install more of. It's an off cream colour, it's just beautiful. I then added pearl trim. I had green thread when I was tacking my tulle and the first 2 layers of lace together. I had to try and disguise it slightly with this pearl trim above it, just so that it boxed it in really. It looks fine. And if you notice on this trim here, there is like a space just like in each inch. You'll see there's like a space, well, every second when I put a diamante, and alternatively I've added a wee bit of glitter, and it's the white ice or ice white glamour dust paint. I've added it into the flowers. Let's see, you'll see it on the brown there, just twinkling slightly, but it is on most of them, just edged to give it a wee bit of sparkle. Just zoom out again, so I'm talking you through. So I finished trim and added that onto the bottom, and it is absolutely stunning looking. Really rough and it's just perfect. I add the right amount of dangle. I didn't want it way down here. I just did a wee dangle on. I then got this frame, which actually, believe it or not, a bangle. And I actually shaped this one as well because I wasn't sure what one I was going to use. But I like the, now I can't remember what you call that. Is it like rope? It's like a rope effect round the bangle. And I like that it was a wee bit of them, that's quite bland. It's shaped on the side, obviously, like a herringbone. That would be how it was looking on the tag, and it just looked boring. That one. Following with the bangle is putting it in my hand and just gently squeezed it. And I've just turned it slightly until I had an oval shape that looked like a frame. I then placed it onto a bit of card, like that, and used silicone to seal it down, like that. So I had a flat edge at the back. I then used printer paper, nothing fancy, plain printer paper. Printed off a few images from Pinterest, but I chose this Audrey Hepburn one. Absolutely love Audrey Hepburn. I think she epitomises what a beautiful woman should be. Natural and elegant. Beautiful in mind. And she was never very made up. The Marilyn Monroes and what do you call it, June Kellys, they were always not Jean Kelly, Grace Kelly, was always very made up. Audrey Hepburn looked as if she had just put her hair up and maybe put a little bit of mascara on. Her makeup was always so elegant, it was never overstated, and I liked it. So that's why I use that image. She's actually modelling a wedding dress, but obviously I've chopped it down. I then cut around the photo as best I could. I placed it over the bracelet and just kind of rubbed so that I got an idea of the cut. I then cut it slightly inside the markings and then placed it inside after I had wet glued the bottom, and it was a watered down PVA, just enough to tack it with the solid. And then I used my tool, one of these wee embossing tools, and I actually managed to get the picture right underneath the bracelet, and it fitted perfectly. I then used Old Faithful glossy accents and made it into a gorgeous picture frame, and as you'll see, there is not a bubble on it, there is not a tarnish on it, and it just looks perfect. I love glossy accents. I think it works fantastically, and I do go through a lot of it. I mean, I think that's about my 4th bottle this year. But I wouldn't have left it without a sealant on it. Some people prefer to use acetate, which is a great idea, but for me, it's too fiddly. I prefer just using that, letting it dry, and I'm done. Anyway, that was the frame, so I had done that and left it aside while the glossy accent dried. Underneath, I had 2 squares of muslin, like this, and basically all I done was took off and feathered 2 sides quite a lot, so I got this effect at side, and it's 2 layers, so that it gave it quite a good feathering material. I then used this doily. Ideally I would have liked it maybe a little bit lighter, like the colour of my trim down here, but I didn't have that and I wasn't going to mess around, so that went down instead. It was the nearest colour I had to what suited the tag. I then made one of these little appliques, and underneath that I added one of these. Let's see if I've got one handy to show you what it was originally. There we go. Thanks, Mac. It was originally that. And all I done was glued it on top of the applique. And I snipped, and I'll just show you that. I took my scissors and I literally just snipped between. I'm doing this as cock-handed, but hopefully you'll get the idea of what I'm doing. And it is a bit delicate because you're obviously not wanting to cut anything off. You are just trying to separate. So that was what I done. Obviously I done it with the other thing as well. And it's really giving me a butterfly trail when I put it down. Which I did. I originally coloured it with, now what did I colour it with? What did I colour it with originally? Oh, it was Twinkling H2O I used originally. I can't remember. I was going to just leave it as a little sparkle on it, but that was one I used, the Cafe Lane. latte, cafe latte, what it's called. Colour, it was too dark. It didn't match the rest of the tag. So I pulled out my old faithful gold mixtative from Adirondack from Ranger, and basically just dabbed on a wee bit, put it on my craft mat first and used a fine paint and just painted it on. I then added a wee bit of the Glamour Dust paint, but it didn't right either, so I decided to add the wee Diamantes onto it to give it a wee bit of sparkle, and up the top I've added quite a big one. The metal piece there was originally one of the silver ones that I got from Amanda, which is scrimpyscraftboutique.co.uk, and if I remember I will leave the link in the description bar. I then coloured with my gold mixtative so that it matched the theme. I then used the silicone based flare glue and just glued it on. But it is a bit cakey. The damage of the material is loose, so the butterfly will have a wee bit of movement, but it's well stuck. It's not going to fall off. A wee rhinestone to each antennae and 2 for the body. And that's that part done. At the bottom here, just so that it's up down there, up a bit, I added a wee tag that said hope. I bent it a bit and broke up the fibres of the card and have gave it a bit of body. You'll see there is a wee lift in it, a wee crease. So I've glued it down at an angle so that it's got that wee bit of body. This is just a scrap of applique that I have in here. And some of the small applique in that, if I cut up a bit of lace or whatever, I stick it in there because it will come handy at some point for the likes of that. And I just added a big pair of loaves. I think that's a 12mm or a 16mm pair of. I'm rubbish with measurements, but that's what I put on there. I then decided that I wanted this up there, but it was too brown, and when I tried to whitewash it, it just didn't look right. So it's another technique that I really like, and it was you can use either the insides of your napkins, see the white parts that we take off, use that, or even a bit of white toilet paper. I know it sounds daft, but it does work, I promise. And basically just decoupage it over the top of it. I've done it twice because here it tore. If that happens, don't worry about it, because when something ages, it never looks even anyway. So that's why I left it like that. I just dried it off with my dryer, and it's gave me a really nice effect, as you'll see. And the edges of it I've turned around with some white glass and you'll on the leaves as well. Just while I was twinkling away, I thought I'd mention that. But I put that on, and I've just added a few Diamantes on the sides of it, just to add interest. Up here, I've added a few wee loops of pearl trim. Oops, that one came loose. I'll make sure that's stuck down again. But I've added a few wee loops of pearl trim. It's totally up to you. I was intending on adding a wee bit more feathering, but I had my feather box. Where it hunted and I can't find it. And to be honest with you, the mess of my craft room at this very minute, I can move my camera. That is a corner of my craft room behind me. It's just all and looking like an absolute rat. So at this moment in time, I don't have the energy to get it all put away properly. So it's just the one feather. Sign of the round about to keep it without looking silly. What do I do next? So I decided to put in some leaf appliques. Now this was empty as well, and all I've done is just chop the leaves off at the bottom. And there's 3 chopped off. Now I'm keeping this on the roll because I will use these roses and the top part of that trim on something else. Waste your lace. I bought this lace particularly for these leaves, but I'm keeping that part because I want to use it. And I chopped 3 of them off and just placed them under the napkin, under the doily on the other side here, and positioned them so that when I put my flowers on, they're going to look as if, why are they there? I then chose some flowers that would match what I was doing here. The brown ones, I was a bit dubious about whether to add them or not, but I felt they needed a wee bit of an accent colour. Otherwise it was just going to look blah. There was going to be no colour in it at all really, and I didn't want that, so I put them on. I'm still humming and hawing a wee bit. Part of me wants to whitewash them a wee bit to tone them down, but I'm going to leave it another day or two and see how I feel first, because they are not too bad, but for me they're just a bit too standoutish. But I've got a peachy colour one here, and that's perfect. And again, anybody that knows me knows I always stick wee diamantes and things amongst flowers, so there's a few wee tricks round about. I then added this wee check down the bottom, and it's just on paper, and it was printed off Pinterest, and it was a butterfly set. I actually cut them out, I took my back and put them in the pack, so I must take them out when I need them. Again, another wee floral spray. White, Thames, peach, and I added one more of the brown down here just to even it up a bit. I then added my usual liquid of lungs amongst, and you'll see them here and there. There's ones over this side. There's one in there. So I do like to do that, and there's also one in the positioned in the back of the flowers. I like to have people notice something different every time they look at my work. I don't like everything just to be flat. I then decided to add a bit of bling trim, but this is the expensive trim I buy, and I usually use this on most of my work. I very rarely use plastic stuff, unless it's just for an ETC or a small piece of work, but a large piece like this, it's always going to be the real McCoy. So rather than waste it, I drape it over and cut it, so that I'm not having to go out and waste loads and loads of trim. And the same with this part, that's one part there, another part goes down that way, and then a wee bit up here and tucking under. So it's a lot less than actually going back and forth. Finally added the rhinestones down here, and a wee bit of the white, the ice white glimmer paint. Just get some wee sparkle here and there. and it's simple, it's same in there. Nope, I'm going to pick it up. It's just no picking up. Yeah, you can see a wee bit of leaf next to my finger, but it is quite a lot of it, and that's it really. It did take me most of the day to do it, I'll be honest, but that was going from stitching, hand stitching the bottom section, which did take me a wee while because my hands aren't great just now at all. And just getting this dry and putting down, and nothing here, absolutely nothing was in the hot glue. My hot glue is my backup one. It's the one I've had from when I started crafting again in, let me think, 2010, 2011 maybe. And it's absolutely gubbed. When you're using it, it heats up to such an extent that I have a puddle of glue underneath it because it burns the glue so quickly that I waste more glue than what I use. So I was adamant yesterday I wasn't going to turn it on because I would have went through about 25 glue sticks just to do. So it was all done with wet glue, and obviously I had to wait and things drying. But it worked fine because I was a bit tired anyway, so I could put through it. I've been talking, I forgot to mention, I've had one strand of satin and two wee strands of muslin. It just had a bit of something to it. If I'm gifting it to someone, I will put a bit of material through here, not type yet, and it's just so that there'll be a hanger on it. But for me at the moment, I think I'll probably keep a hold of it because I absolutely love it. Unless something comes to mind who it's to go to, I'm holding on to it. But if there's anything on this that you really like and would like to see in more detail, just ask me and I will do a short video explaining exactly how I've done it. Because when I was doing it yesterday, there were maybe 5 or 6 20-minute videos just showing different sections of it. Otherwise, now just explaining it, I'm down to half an hour. So, if there's anything that you need explained or you want me to go into more detail with, just ask and I will do it. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thank you for all your support. It is deeply appreciated. Anyway, speak to you soon. Bye for now.